we can go ahead. Okay, so this is the dashboard when you log into Canva. Now, the first thing I want to tell you is Canva is similar to Design Center. So by that, I mean, they have templates, right? There's postcard templates, there's flyer templates, there's all different types of templates that you can do. So I'm going to go through it and kind of explain a few things as a basic introductory course. Next week, I'll go into more of like the video and the animation that you can do with it. But when you log into Canva, there's a free account, and then you can upgrade for $120 a year for the premium account. And I'll go through and talk about the different things that you can do with that as well. So when you log in, this is kind of your dashboard right here. You'll see tabs on the left-hand side, and we'll go through those in just a sec. I want to show you when you get to your dashboard, if you scroll down, it'll show you your recent designs. It'll show you templates based on themes that are in holidays that are coming up, like through Instagram. We've got some Facebook posts. We've got posters that we can create. It'll also give you template ideas for logos and business cards, flyers, Instagram, PowerPoint presentations, if you have some templates you want to do for that, animation with designs, infographics, if you want a template with bar graphs and charts, you can do that. And all you have to do is type in the text and type in the content, and you can keep their graphics and everything ready to go. You can do greeting cards. You can even do Zoom backgrounds, YouTube, LinkedIn, Pinterest, videos. And if you just keep scrolling, you get the idea. You can do Facebook covers, you can do Facebook posts. It's not just social media. You can do computer background, wallpaper. You can do tri-fold brochures, double fold brochures. It's a lot of different things that you could do. So if you keep scrolling, you get the idea, and you can choose from that. So now if you go over here to the left-hand side, you'll see these tabs. You can have recommended for you, all your designs. So once you start creating designs, they'll be located in all your designs, and you can see all your designs that you've created. Nothing will get deleted unless you actually manually click the delete button. If you click recent designs, it'll show you things that have just been created by you or whoever you're sharing your account with, like if you're in a team. Shared with you means somebody else had a Canva account and they wanted to share some graphics with you. And when they share it, they can either give you permission to edit the actual graphic, or you can only view it. So sharing is kind of nice. I do suggest that if you have a team, it's really nice. You can either share an account, share like one premium, a paid account, or you can have multiple free accounts and share graphics between each other, which is kind of nice. This other stuff is premium, paid for, brand kits, where it'll upload all of your logos and your styles and your colors for you. Content planner, it'll schedule your Facebook posts, your Twitter posts, which is kind of nice. And that's paid for, if you want to do the paid version. Folders is kind of nice too. In the paid version, they give you an unlimited amount of different folders if you like to organize things like logos, if you have your own realtor logo, if you want to have a folder for exterior photos, a folder for interior photos for your buyers and sellers. In the free version for canva.com, you're allowed one folder. So you get the idea. There's quite a difference between the two. And the trash can is anything that you went in and you deleted on your own. And when you scroll down here, this is all for the paid. This is the office account that we're using, which is paid. But I'll explain things as we go along, what's free and what's not. So we have that. Now I'm going to go up to the top up here where you have Canva and the home page, which takes you back to the dashboard. You've got templates, which we just went over on our dashboard, features, which we'll go over in a second, and then they have a help center, learning tutorials. Here's the search button, the help center, the wrench tool right here, which if we click on that, it'll show you your account, your name, your email, and what payment plan you have signed up for. Over here, your thumbnail, this shows you your profile. Now, let's go ahead and click the purple button that says create a design. When create a design, it gives us options that we can create. For this purpose, we're going to type in Facebook. When we type in Facebook, we get a bunch of different choices. Facebook ads, Facebook banners and covers. It can be a little overwhelming with all of the stuff that you can create. And this is all free that you can create any type of these. So for this purpose, we're going to type in Facebook post. And you can see they even give you different types of themes and holidays. We're just going to create a blank one. So when you click on it, it'll open in a new pop-up window. And it's a blank template, okay? Now, if we scroll over here to the left and I scroll down, you can see, oh, wow, look, we have all of these different types of templates, which is pretty nifty. And you can see they're sorted by themes, sorted. You can, if you're looking for a specific theme or holiday, let's say you want to do a Valentine's Day for buyers and sellers, you can do that. If you want to just do something with winter, you can do that. Now I want to show you up here, you have more tabs now. Home takes you back to the home screen. File, you can rename your file. You can download it. You can resize. If you pay for it, you can resize. And the point of resizing is, let's say you create something on Facebook, but now you want to print it as a flyer. You can only do that in the paid version and the quality will still be the same. If you have the free account, you would have to recreate that design as a flyer or a poster. So it's kind of duplicating your work for you. So resize is useful if you pay for the version. Here, you could rename it. So if you click in here, we can call this, we'll call this test Facebook post, and we could rename it. The sharing link is similar to what I was just explaining, where you can create a link. You can type in the person's email right here, and you can choose to let them edit or let them view what you've created. So you can share it to anybody in your email list, anybody that you want to share it with. The downward arrow is for downloads. This is when you're done with your design. This is where you can download it. You can download it as an image file, a video file, or a PDF file. If you want to print it yourself, you can print it yourself. You can also have Canva print it for you. Kind of similar to Design Center, where in Design Center, they'll print it for you if you want to pay, or you can download and print it yourself. Canva has the same thing. You can print it in color, you can print it in black and white, and they'll tell you what they'll charge you for each design. Or you can just download it yourself and print it at, you know, your own printer at the home office. Publish to Facebook. If you want to connect your business page, this is also available in the free version. You can connect and choose your page, and you can sign in with Facebook, and it'll actually then post directly to your Facebook business page, which is a really nice feature. It saves you time, so you don't have to download the image, log into Facebook, and upload the image. You can immediately, just from this program of canva.com, you can immediately just post the image to Facebook, which is really nice. And the 3 dots over here allows you to have other options. So we talked about downloading to Facebook. You can post it on Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn. You can create a presentation and record yourself going through different slides. So you can create different templates and create like a PowerPoint presentation out of that with your recording. So if you wanted to create some sort of PowerPoint presentation in canva.com for your buyers or your sellers with yourself talking, you can do that as well. And you can record it and then send them the link and they can look at it. You can upload your design to Dropbox, Google Drive, Microsoft PowerPoint, all of these different types of things. So now we're going to go over. So we've got our blank template. I'm going to go over to the left-hand side. We've got templates as the first tab here. Uploads, meaning any pictures that you've uploaded, any videos or pictures that you've uploaded. We've got photos. Some are free, some are not. These are photos that the program gives you, so you can use theirs. Elements. What are elements? Elements are borders, lines, shapes, animations, bar graphs, charts, photo frames. This is a photo frame. It's where you can put a photo inside the frame. Let me show you another photo frame. This is another example of a photo frame. You can upload drawings, sketches, people. They even give you people, so we can bring in a person. You can have flowers. So elements are any types of drawings, sketches, borders, lines, shapes, anything that's not like an actual 2D image is an element. Now, what I want to show you in elements is in here is when you click on something, let's say we click on this flower right over here, it immediately adds it to your blank template. We can move the image where we want it. And when I click on it, you'll see that I have these 4 dots around it. That's a boundary box. If you click on one of the white dots, you can increase the image, make it smaller, or make it big. And you can resize it. We've got this woman over here that we can change the color if we want. You can change colors of all of your elements. So, which is kind of nice. I'm just going to move these things out of the way. I'm going to move her. I'm just going to click on her and move her over. And let's say we don't want these colors. So we can go up here where we have colors, the color palette. It gives you a color palette. So remember, if you want to change the color of an element, you just click on it. You see the 4 boundary boxes, and up at the top left, it'll show you the different colors. So you can click, and instead of orange, maybe we want the desk to be blue, or we want the desk to be gray. And then we can go over here to another color, and we can just change out the colors, just the different colors that we want. You can change your pants to red, however you want to do it. We can move her back. We can bring up the flowers. We don't want the flowers to be red. So we can look at our color palette down here. We've got grays and reds and orange and purple, yellow, green, and blue. And we can change the flowers to yellow. And we can resize the flowers as well. We can turn the flowers. So see, this little icon right here means rotate. So we're not just resizing to make big or small flowers, but we're rotating. So we can rotate the image as well. So see, I just did that by going like this, okay? So we can do that as well. And then you can move it, you can click on it and you can move it and resize it however you want. Now, the other thing I want to show you over here, besides the color palette, is you can flip the design. You can flip it horizontally, and she turns the other way. She can turn to the left and she can turn to the right, or we can flip her up and we can flip her down. So it allows you to manipulate the objects and manipulate the drawings. Position means if you want to center the image, if you want to put her up at the top, if you want to put her at the bottom. But I was just showing you, if you click on the image, you can just move her around where you want. This is the transparency icon over here in the top right. You have all these icons. This is the transparency, opacity. So you can make her disappear. You can bring in all of the colors. I just leave that at 100 unless you are really into a lot of designing and whatnot. This is a link. I'm not really going to go over that right now. That does a couple things with your websites, and you can link certain things to your website. So when you click on an image, you can automatically see that you've got the color palettes and all of these choices up here. The lock button allows you to lock the image. So by locking the image, let's say I bring down something else, I can't move her because I've locked her in place. And that's useful if you have a bunch of different shapes that you're working with or a bunch of different images, you can lock it in place. And then you can go back up and click unlock. The trash can means you're going to delete it. So I'm going to go ahead and delete her out of here. And let's say, oops, I didn't want to do that. I could come back up over here at the top left to the undo and go ahead and undo. So for now, we'll go ahead and click the trash can and we'll delete her from there. Okay, so now, so these are your photo frames. So now we're going to go through text. So I'm just going to delete these shapes right here. Now the next thing over on the top left is text, okay? So you can create text. You've got a couple of different items for text. If you scroll down, you'll see all of your choices for texting. They've got different fonts, different colors, different types of shapes. Some are free, some are not. It'll tell you as you go through what's free and what's not. Like this one's free, so let's go ahead and use that. And you can type in your own text. The boundary lines, we see the boundary lines. Again, we can resize it. We can make it small. We can make it big. Here's a line. We can move it out. We can move it just like with an image or just like with a shape. We can move the text. We can change the text color. If I double click on it, it highlights the text. I can go up here. Now I have all of these other features up here for texting. This allows me to change the font. If I click on the font here and I scroll down, you can see all of these different types of fonts. Now, if it has a crown next to it, it means you have to pay for the Canva.com premium paid version. But you can see if it doesn't have a crown next to it, like this one doesn't have a crown next to it, but this one does have a crown next to it, this one's free to use. So with your free account, you can pay, you don't have to pay for it, I mean. So I'm going to use that, and when I click on that, it'll change the font of the text. So this is what it looks like now. I can double click again, and I can change the size. The font size. I can make it smaller by clicking and clicking or increasing the size. And that's no different than, like I just said, resizing, okay? You can do multiple things. There's multiple ways to do one thing, okay? Then you can change the color. So let's say I want to make this text red, double click it or highlight it, however you want to do it. Go up here where it says A and where it says text color. And you can change the color down to your color palette. This is what will appear for you, is this color palette. And those aren't all the colors. If you want a new color, so I don't want you to think these are all the colors you get. You get a bunch of colors. You just have to scroll up and click where it says new color. And then you can go through the entire color palette and you can pick your color. You just put your mouse anywhere you want. And as you notice, while I'm doing it, it's changing the text color on the actual page, on my template. So you can kind of see it's changing it to green, yellow, and red. So we'll go ahead and choose that color. And it auto saves. So you don't have to worry about every couple minutes saving your design. You can come up here to the top left and it'll say all changes saved. Every couple of seconds, it'll change your settings. So now we've changed the color, we've changed the size, and we've changed the font. Alignment means you can have it in the middle. You can have it to the right. You can have it to the left. You can adjust it with the spacing. We can bullet point. And this means you can have letter spacing. So this might be getting a little advanced, but you can actually space out the words together and you can space out the letters. This is just extra design if you wanted to do some type of extra design with it. Same with effects. I won't go into that, but when you click on effects, it allows you to change the effects of the text. So you can do a lot of stuff with designing text, not just images. It's not just an image program, but if you wanted to create a Facebook post that was just text, there's a lot of things that you can do. And again, the three dots that you see here, you can underline the text, okay? You can capitalize the text. We can lock the text so that we can't move it anymore and unlock it. We've got the transparency over here again, where we can make it disappear. The duplicate means we can make a copy of it. So now we've got two. We can go ahead and click on the trash can and we can delete. We can go ahead and we can delete the group, which is everything in there. And we can delete this because we're not going to use this either. So that's text. So there's a lot of things that you can do with text. There's a lot of things that you can do with elements and the sketches and the borders and the lines and the shapes. There's a lot of things you can do with text, changing the colors, changing the font size, adding a drop shadow. Styles is for a paid version. If you have certain Remax styles, you can see we've created our Remax style where we do blue and reds. So you can actually, the reason for the paid version is, let's say you want to create a template. You don't want to have to upload your logo and your signature every single time. The premium version allows you to keep your realtor logo in the program, allows you to have the specific colors that you want. Say, for instance, the exact red and the exact blue color that you like, and your branding. So if you like to have your branding already ready to go and you can throw it on a post, you're going to want the paid version. The free version, like the free version of Design Center, that's the only difference. Is Design Center, it's already branded for you, which is why some people choose to use Design Center, because the stuff's already branded for you with the logo, your name, your phone number, your website. But in Canva.com, you have to add all that stuff. In the free version, okay? You have to add all that stuff to each post, and that's part of the advertising rules. So you'll see when we create a Facebook post, we'll have to go in and throw in the balloon logo. And same with styles. So the rest of these tabs down here, I won't go too much into, but we've got video, we've got music we can add to the Facebook post. So when they play the Facebook post, it'll add some music. We can add a background. Again, some is free, some is not. And when you click on the background, it'll change and you can kind of get the idea, okay? To create a Facebook post. We went over what folders are as well. Before we go into actually creating a Facebook post, are there any questions or anything that you want me to repeat? Let me know. Anything you want me to go over? Okay. So I'll keep going.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Beth. Sorry, your microphone was off. Go ahead.
No, I was like, oh no, something was covering my mic. I gotta get to it. So as far as like the logos, if you have the free version, you're able to just load the logos in the file for future use, or you have to have the paid one?
You can still load them in your folder, but you just have to add them every time.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah,
and they would be up here in the uploads. So
okay.
See where we have all of our photos here? You would have your logo right in here, and it would be in here, and you would just have to click on the image every time, then you've got to resize it every time.
Okay.
And then put it in the bottom corner. And that is available to the free version. Yes, you can still upload your logos. You just have to resize it every time. If you have to change the color, you have to change the color every time. But it is definitely doable. And so if you need to add your name, you would add your name every time you create a post. Yes. but yes, it will store it in here for you.
Okay, all right.
So now we're going to go back to the home screen, which is up here for home. And we're going to go to create a design because we're going to create a new design right now. And we're going to do Facebook post. And now we're going to choose one of the themes that's in our templates. And my suggestion is I would always start with a theme instead of recreating something from scratch. I just think that that would be easier. So we can type in under search templates, we can type in, say, winter, okay? And it'll pop up suggested winter Facebook posts. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. So this is kind of like your search bar. If you want to type in, say, love, Valentine's Day. Sometimes they have real estate. We can type in real estate. But you can see there isn't anything specific to real estate Facebook posts. But you can type in real estate and still see what you get. And here's some ideas. So they do have real estate templates that are already created for you. So we can go ahead and we can select one of the real estate templates. Like here's a good one. If I click on this, this would be, well, and you can see it doesn't always come up real estate, but you can see that this is a good testimonial. So if you want to post testimonials, let's say you want to copy and paste your Zillow testimonials, you can copy and paste the text from Zillow, come over here, highlight this, delete it, and then type in your own testimonial right in here. So this is where your own testimonial would go. And then you can put the buyer's name right here, and you can put, you know, home buyer, home seller, however you want to do it, or the year. And this is then where you could put your photo. So to insert your photo, we can go over to uploads, because uploads is where you'd have all your photos. And I can bring in your image and throw it in here. And then we can bring our photo down. Now, this is probably not the best template to use because some of these templates, they'll increase the photo and you're not able to, let me see if I can move him. Oh, I can move him. Okay, good. So all I did was I clicked on the photo so I can remove him. Okay. So I resized him so that he fits right in here. And again, it's the boundary boxes, these white dots, these white circle dots that you see. I'm able to resize him into this Facebook post. So here's what I'll do. So I have this, and then I have my own testimonial that I copied and pasted from Zillow, the name of the buyer and the home buyer. And then we're not done. We still have to add the Remax logo. So it'll be in your uploads is where you would have your Remax logo. You would go to upload media. You would go to device. So upload media, device. And you would find the Remax logo, which in this case, I'm going to bring in the balloon. And to bring in your images, you just click on them. So see how when I hover over the images, it allows me to just click and it'll bring in the image, and I can grab the boundary boxes and resize the logo, and then I can put the logo right here. So here's one of my Facebook posts.
Can I
Yeah.
give you a quick tip on that, guys? I had to learn this the hard way. It's only one click. If you double click, it'll bring two in and it'll lay it right on top, and you won't be able, it's a little so you just one click on the image, that's it.
Oh,
So
that's
it's not a
interesting.
double-
So if I double click, yeah. Okay.
You're gonna get two. Mhm.
Good point. So just one click is all you need to do. And then you can resize it and bring it over. And this red dotted line shows you how to properly align it so it looks good. So you want to follow the line there. And let's say I don't want to put it here because I don't see the red line. I want to put it over here where the red line is. And then I let go. And there we go. That'll be our post. And let's say, wait a sec, this green looks terrible. I don't want this green. So I can click on the green background, go up here to my color palette, and I'm going to make it the color red. for Remax. And this is a shape as well. And we can change the color of this shape as well. We can go to color. And let's say we want to make it blue. We can make it light blue, a dark blue, or we can keep it white. I think I'll choose gray. Now you might be saying that you can't read the text. So the other thing we can do is we can change the green quotes to the red. So right now, all I'm doing is changing the color of the text, and I'm changing the color of the quotes so that it matches the background, because I don't want green and red. So here's where I would have it. And then if I click, it's the boundary boxes, and I can resize. And again, I want to line it up with the red dot, with the red or pink line, just like that. Now I've got my design. Now what I'll show you next week is how to animate it, okay? Because that's what you can do, is you can make it fade in, zoom in, you can add little twinkle stars, all that good stuff. And I want to show you here, you can add notes to this design. So let's say you want someone to finish the design for you and you're in a team, you can click on add notes and say, you know, we could say, Julie, fix the design or something like that. And then we can click save. And then it'll have a note saved and she can see this when she comes in if you're sharing an account together. Or we can share it with her. We'll type in her email and then we'll say that she can edit, and we'll copy the link and we'll email it to her. And when she comes in, she'll see the note that's left for her. Those are just a couple things you can do with Teams. It's kind of nice. This button right here duplicates the page. So if you want to create two of these, okay, you can create two of these. So now we've got two. You want to create three, you click it again. Now we've got three. And this would be if you want to save the template, okay? And then we'll click the trash can because I only want one. Now this button over here just adds a page. So this will add a brand new page ready to go for a template. For this button up here, the little carrots, they'll move it up and they'll move it down, okay? There's really no use for that unless you're creating like a bunch of templates. So you don't need to worry about that right now. I'm just showing you what every little icon does. Like I said, if you have any questions, let me know and I can slow down. So this is where we would rename. We can rename. So I'm going to rename it to Facebook post, Troy testimonial. Okay, so we can rename our post. We can share it, which is what I just told you, which is great for Teams. We can go to the down arrow, and now I'm going to download it. So what are my choices here? Well, you can do an image file, PNG, a JPG or a JPEG, which most of you are familiar with. You can download it as a PDF and attach it to your email if you want to show your buyers or sellers. Or you can download it as an animation or a video file. So for this purpose, they've suggested to download it as an image file. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Don't worry about these two things because these are not available in the free version. You would just click the image file of the PNG and you would click this purple button right here that says download. And then you'd wait for the image down here to download. And this is the message you'll get when you download your image. Your download should have automatically started. So now we can go to our folder on our computer and we can open it up and we can see that we have the image. We can also publish to Facebook. This is available in the free version as well. If we want to publish to Facebook, we can click publish. We can log into our Facebook business page for those who have a business page. And we can click here and it'll post directly to our Facebook business page. And that's really nice, especially in the free version. And the last thing we can do is these three dots we went over, how we talked about. You can upload it to Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Tumblr. We can create a recording of ourselves. We can embed it on a website. We could put it on our realtor website. There's a bunch of cool things that you can do. So that is kind of the gist of how you do the Facebook posts. Do any of you have any questions?